guy, 5 minutes or less review, coming to you with a new discussion here regarding CRPGs. Most of the time, whenever I see that acronym, it just represents things that have an RPG setting that is often seen from an isometric view. Now, there have been a plethora of games that have come up with this kind of setting, and let's just say there's been a numerous amount of manufacturers. Now, we can sit down here and argue as to who brought about games such as this, and what you're seeing here is the latest from Larian Studios, which is Baldur's Gate 3. Now, we can sit down here and argue who is the best production person for this kind of games. And I'll sit down here and I'll tell you hands down that it's Larian, whether you like it or not. Now, what got me into these kind of games? It wasn't Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. It was actually Dragon Age Origin. It was the one game that brought it for me. It was a game that basically surpassed all my expectations of crawling kind of games, you know. Now, has most games that most manufacturers have brought out after Dragon Age been the same thing? No. No other games out there, in my personal opinion, okay, to some degree, reached Dragon Age after Dragon Age came out. Many games tried, but they all failed. Even Dragon Age 2 did not live up to its expectation. 3 did not. Okay? And I'm even going to say this, that I don't think Dragon Age 4 will live up to what Dragon Age Origin brought all of us. It's not going to be able to live up to that kind of expectation. Now, let's try and assess who truly is king when it comes to games like this. But before we do that, let's ask ourselves one solid question. How are games like D&D supposed to be played? Right? It's supposed to be played with a group of people. We come around the table, we sit down, we roll dice, and we have some form of solidarity while we play a game that we enjoy. Now, out of the games you've seen on the market, which one actually gives you an opportunity to play with other people, to be a part of a group, to work together with others to achieve a goal? Larian. They are the only one who actually give you an opportunity to play with friends, have them pick up different characters, have them build their characters to however they want, and then be a part of the game. Role play with you. Now, I know a lot of people are going to come out here and say, well, we have Baldur's Gate, we have Pillars of Eternity, we have Pathfinder Kingmaker. And I'll tell you this, those are all good games. And if I was to rank all of them from the beginning to the end, I'll put it like this for you guys. Divinity 2, to me, is hands down the best. I played all the games out there because one of the things that I enjoy a lot is this kind of CRPG games. I've played all of them. And I will tell you one thing. None of them comes close to Divinity Original Sin 2. And I'm going to sit down here and maybe eat my words when Baldur's Gate 3 comes out, because it's looking like a very fantastic game at the moment. Okay? So if I also rank all of the games from top to the end, I'll start with DOS 2, which I believe is complete. I'm not going to add Baldur's Gate in there yet. Okay? I'm not going to add Baldur's Gate in there. output does two. One, which is Divinity Original Sin 2. Okay. Next on my list is going to be Dragon Age Origin, the original one. I prefer that. Next is going to be Pillars of Eternity 2. I loved that game. Okay. Next is going to be Pillars of Eternity 1. Then I'm going to put Divinity Original Sin 1 in there. And then last but not least, I'll put Pathfinder at the bottom. Now, Pathfinder in itself is trying so hard to be like Dragon Age 2. If you look closely, you will see it resembles Dragon Age. It resembles a Dragon Age Origin very closely. It tries too hard to be like it. You know? And coupled with the new elements such as a turn-based play, if you play the turn-based this thing for Pathfinder, you find out that it's not something that you want to basically be a part of. It's not enjoyable because the game is not created from the ground up to be a turn-based kind of game. So I want you guys to take a hard look at Larian Studios to see what they're doing. What they're doing great. If it's in the graphics department, they have it. I mean, just look at this game. Look at Divinity Original Sin 2. You know? And I always say this. When you want to know someone's behavior, you have to look to their past for that. Because their past will help you navigate where they are right now to where they were then. You know? And Larian has been consistent in improving both their graphics, their storytelling, and the gameplay environment. It's been a phenomenal thing about these guys. You know? I mean, right now, sure, the Baldur's Gate situation is not a release copy. Most people have misconstrued what they intended for that. It's not a finished product yet. It's something that is on its way getting there. You know? And right now, they're using the community to make the game better. Flush out some of the imperfections in the game. You know? And then give us something that is great. I wonder whether at the end of all of this, they'll even give people a chance to create their own D&D lore with the game, just like how they did for Divinity Original Sin 2. And many of the times, people, okay, like if you go on the forums or you go on, what do you call this thing again? Discord for Divinity Original Sin, you have people coming out there saying, hey, listen, I created my own adventure. Do you want to be a part of the process? Do you want to come in and let me be the dungeon master? You know? They'll give you an opportunity to be a part of that process. How many other games will do that for you? How many other settings will... Like, this is not even an argument anymore, guys. Alright? The king of it right now, I'm going to put it like this for you, is Larian. They're doing a phenomenal job, and I think we need to start learning how to give them credit for where they are right now with these kind of games. They've done a fantastic job. I'm not simply saying, hey, go give them a pat on the back and then allow them to slack. No, I'm simply saying, let's recognize those who are putting forth the effort to make sure that our D&D experiences are of the highest caliber. You know? Not all this nonsense about it being pause and play. That's not the way D&D was meant to be played. Turn-based is how it was always meant to be played. All right, and it gives it to you exactly how it's supposed to be. You know, when you look at all these other games and you look at what Larian has done, you begin to understand why Wizard of the Coast gave them the license. When you look at what they've done so far, what their games look like compared to the others, you immediately understand why it was. Now, I don't know whether Baldur's Gate 2, which is so acclaimed by almost everybody, is saying that, it's basically, turned out to become what do you call it again? A pause and play. I don't know why. I'm guessing, because during that period, almost close to that period, you had things like Diablo and other games where you had to, go around killing things a little bit faster. I think that was why. I don't know. It might be related to that. But the thing I want to put out there is this. Larian is killing it out here. They're doing a fantastic job. I just want to give them kudos for doing so, for giving a lot of people like myself who enjoy dungeon crawling kind of games like this a chance. Because normally you're stuck with your imagination, but at least to some degree they're bringing what you've always taught to life. And let's not simply think that this is where it's going to end. No, Larian has spent a lot of time to create this world. New stories are bound to come from all of this, from all this technical stuff. New stories are bound to come. Think about all the bugs that are going through right now. It just tells you that, hey, we're going through a lot. We're trying to implement certain things here, and we're not used to that. But once they get the whole thing down, all they just need to do is just carry materials from here, there, and here, there to create new stories, new adventures, new situations for us. And I'm sure that there might even be some DLCs along the way. I don't think we're going to be paying for it, because Larian is always about, pay once, enjoy everything that you that's associated with the game. I like them for that. Well, we'll see. Alright guys, I've been rambling enough. I'm just going to simply say it. We already know that Larian, basically, their products have been kings. Okay, especially with Divinity Original Sin 2, and probably this Baldur's Gate 3 are definitely going to be high up there. Okay, contesting for who's going to be number one. So once it's done, I guess I'm going to make up my mind who it is. But Divinity Original Sin 2 was just a game that just kept on giving. Played it more than 10 times, trying to, excavate any kind of hidden gems in there. I tried that with Pillars of Eternity. I tried that with Pathfinder. Not much, Sooner or later I just got tired of those other ones. They just don't live up to it. Most of the environment are just meh. That's how I look at it. But this, you can basically exploit certain things. You can take advantage of your settings, your environments, your position. You can push people off a cliff. There's a plethora of things to do and strategize. This is the way it was meant to be done. But anyway, we'll see once this game comes out in about maybe less than a year or so. Until then, guys, I'm signing out. Stay safe with this COVID stuff going around. Until then, take it easy. And you better know who is king. You heard? Alright, bye.